The second biggest mistake I made my first year as an entrepreneur was overlearning and not taking enough action. This is a very big mistake that a lot of beginner entrepreneurs make. The third biggest mistake I made my first year as an entrepreneur is I focused too much on being a boss and not enough on learning how to sell. I didn't know the things that you need to know to be able to sell a product to somebody. I didn't know about aesthetic. I didn't know about target audience. I didn't know these things, but I was so focused on being a boss, being a CEO. I ain't working no job. Everybody else in high school, y'all got jobs. I ain't getting no damn job. The fifth worst mistake that I made my first year as an entrepreneur is I didn't pay for any courses or mentorships. You might make a $20,000 mistake that you could have avoided for a $200 course. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here on the Mula membership channel. I go by the name of Mula. I'm the CEO, owner, and operator of the Mula membership, a place where we give you step-by-step guides to achieve financial freedom for an affordable price. Now, I'm a 25-year-old millionaire entrepreneur who started his entrepreneur journey roughly 10, 11, 12 years ago. Fast forward about 12 years, I'm now a multi-millionaire at 25 years old. I have multiple YouTube channels that acquire me altogether multiple seven figures a year. I also have multiple other businesses, a clothing line. I actually got one of my big shipments in right now. I have a clothing line, I have a consulting company, social media marketing, real estate marketing. I also do stocks, I also do crypto. All of these things together bring me in easily 7 figures a year. This is going to be the 7 mistakes that I made my first year as an entrepreneur. Now, last thing before I get into this video, if you do want mentorship, one-on-one help, if you do want videos like this, extremely in-depth, and showing you step-by-step how to do each category of business that I'm in, stocks, crypto, YouTube, business, social media, etc. If you want step-by-step mentorship, one-on-one mentorship on the daily, make sure you click the link in the description, MulaMembership.com. The highest tier right now is $50 a month, and that's all you have to pay to learn everything that you need to learn. So make sure you guys go sign up right now. It's only 2,000 spots, and once they're took, they're took. Now, the biggest mistake I almost made, and I get this when I talk to any successful entrepreneur, and I feel the exact same way. The first mistake that I made was almost quitting. I almost quit. I almost listen to the people that tell me. I almost listen to even my parents sometimes, right? Because your parents just want the best for you, so they don't want to see you have this super high expectation just to fail. I almost listened to my parents and went to college. I almost listened to my parents and got a regular job, started a regular career. I'm a very smart individual. I could have been anything on this world: an astronaut, a lawyer, a chemist, a doctor, a nurse, whatever I wanted to be, I could have been. I almost took that route, listening to other people. Right? I almost quit. I almost told myself, like, this isn't for me. This isn't going to work. I'm just a kid from Chicago. All these other people already got these head starts. This is not going to work. And that would have been the worst mistake I ever made in life, not just entrepreneurship. So the first thing I think you should learn from that is just don't quit. Even if it takes you 35 years, man. It could take you 35 years. You could be 50 years old and become a millionaire. You're still a millionaire. You're still rich. You can still take care of your grandchildren, your children. So it's never really over until you're in that grave, man. Do not quit. Never, ever, ever quit. The second biggest mistake I made my first year as an entrepreneur was overlearning and not taking enough action. This is a very big mistake that a lot of beginner entrepreneurs make. And the reason is because there's so much information out there. You got videos like this. You got videos like that. You got channels like this. You got channels like that. You got this book. Read this book. Learn this book. Learn this skill. Learn how to do this. Learn how to do that. This is how you do this. This is a vlog behind the scenes of this. And you get after a while, you're talking and looking and reading and learning and so much, and you're not doing enough, right? The smartest person on the world is probably not the richest, right? There are a lot of people out there that don't know nothing, half of what you've learned, right? And you're probably watching this video, you're probably too deep into this algorithm to be watching this video right now. Get up and take more action. It's nothing wrong with learning. Always learn. Always learn. I'm not saying that, but you want to make sure you're taking more action than you are learning. Learn something. Get it a few times. It doesn't take 6 years to get a fake degree in business to learn something. It takes you a few days, a few weeks, constantly doing something, getting better at it. Once you learn it, you want to focus on getting better at it. Okay, you know how to dribble a basketball. Now it's time to get better at it. Do all the tricks and flips and get better handles, right? So it's the same thing with business. Don't try to learn too much. Don't try, I gotta pick the ball up like this and I gotta dribble it down, and then when the velocity comes up at 6.69 seconds, It's too much. If you got this square root of this, is the Pythagorean theorem, and all this extra stuff, you don't need that. You need to learn what you need to learn, take in the content, yes, but take more action, because action is king. Action is cash, cash is king. Cash in the bank account is what we all want, right? When I first started as an entrepreneur, I was learning too much stuff. I was reading too many books. I was practicing too many philosophies, watching too many videos, motivational videos in the morning, and all this extra stuff. And I wasn't taking no action, which is why it took me 12 years to become this millionaire. I was a millionaire at 23. So about 2 years ago, I became a millionaire. So it took me that long because I wasn't taking enough. I could have been a millionaire at 19 if I would have been taking action, right? So just make sure you take action, guys. It's a very big mistake a lot of beginner entrepreneurs make. The third biggest mistake I made my first year as an entrepreneur is I focused too much on being a boss and not enough on learning how to sell. So a lot of people, especially now, when I first started being an entrepreneur, like I said, I was around 15 years old when I had my first clothing line and I was first doing things and trying to get the legal money, right? But I was focused too much on the Instagram, the Twitter, the I'm my own boss, don't nobody tell me what to do, and I'm this and I'm that and I'm hot stuff because I'm a boss and I'm a CEO and I got my own company with my own, but I didn't know nothing about selling it to somebody, right? The only thing I knew, and I'm gonna be completely transparent and honest with you guys, at around 15, 16 years old, the only thing I knew how to sell was drugs. And drugs sell themselves, right? So it wasn't the same thing when I tried to convert it into entrepreneurship. I tried to convert it into selling clothes, right? Selling other little knickknacks on different websites and stuff like that. I had no idea how to sell it, right? I didn't know how to sell a service. I didn't know how to sell a product. I didn't know how to tap into a customer's emotions. I didn't know the things that you need to know to be able to sell a product to somebody. I didn't know about aesthetic. I didn't know about target audience. I didn't know these things, but I was so focused on being a boss, being a CEO. I ain't working no job. Everybody else in high school, y'all got jobs. I ain't getting no damn job, right? I was so focused on that part that I wasn't focused enough on selling. So before you become an entrepreneur, before you get too big-headed being a CEO and all this other stuff, and I ain't never gonna work for nobody and all that, a lot of times we need to work for somebody, right? Because working my first job at 18, I worked at a very big candy store called Dylan's Candy Bar in Chicago. It's not, I don't think it's there no more, but it's in New York and a few other places. I worked there, that was my very first job. That is how I learned how to sell, and I wasn't even a sales associate. I was an inventory associate. But I got a lot of sales for that company, and I remember just being in my mind like practicing, okay, I need to do this for my company. I need to do this for this. Okay, they came in, their kids really want it. Let me see. Oh, I can give you 10% off if you just, oh, the kid asked for this piece of candy and the parent said, no, I'll give you 20% off if you let him have it. It looks like he's excited. Well, how about you guys just use my employee discount? Right? A lot of times I would give somebody an employee discount, they'll come back and slip $50 in my pocket, $20 in my pocket. So I made a lot of side money on the side at a candy store on accident, and I wasn't even a sales associate. I was making more than the sales associates off side sales, right? Yeah, this is my cousin. Give my employee discount real quick, right? And I learned so much from that. So sometimes you need a job. Sometimes you need to be a sales associate, be a salesperson. Go to school, learn how to sell something, right? Before you just get too big on being an entrepreneur, CEO. You can have a job and be a CEO at the same time. It's not illegal. You can do that. If Jeff Bezos wanted to work a part-time job, he could do that and still be a CEO if you're not making millions like you want to yet, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. Or even if you don't go get a job, man, just go learn about selling. Before you start learning about being an entrepreneur and a boss and how to handle employees and everything like that, learn about selling. And then you'll be a better boss if you can learn how to sell. The fourth biggest mistake I made my first year as an entrepreneur is I took too many people's advice. I think that's a very big problem that we do just as people in general, not just about entrepreneurship, but in general. You're trying to pick a college. Everybody has an opinion. Oh, no, don't go to that college because this, go to this college because they got this program and get you a little bit more this. No, don't do that. Just take this route, do this, or go over here with the athletic department and make sure you get the athletic department and they gonna cook you up. They gonna show you some stuff. Oh yeah, go over here because no, don't stay in the same state. Go to this state. Go over here. This is a better college than that. Don't do this. Everybody has an opinion about a lot of things, but you come to realize that it's just that. It's just an opinion, and they're all talking from their perspective. Everybody has their own walk in life, right? So I'm not saying don't take people's advice and don't listen to it, right? But that doesn't mean you have to take it. You can listen to a business pitch, right? But you don't have to necessarily take the contract. You can listen to it, you can observe it, you can learn things from it, but you don't necessarily have to put your name on that pen, on that paper, and sign off on agreeing to something. You can just listen to it. So taking advice and listening to advice is two different things. And I want you guys to always understand, if you're not talking to a successful entrepreneur, if you're talking to an unsuccessful entrepreneur, or if you're talking to a successful employee or a middle class employee, right? If you talk to these people, they're going to give you opinions based off what they know, based off who their friends are, based off what they lived through, not what you're going to live through. You might be on a completely different path. If you really believe in yourself and you believe in your ability and you believe in your resilience and you know you're not going to quit until you're a successful entrepreneur, don't listen to people, especially those people who aren't successful entrepreneurs. I'd rather you overload your mind with successful entrepreneurs on YouTube than to listen to some other people in your life that aren't successful or entrepreneurs. You're not even a failed entrepreneur. You've been working jobs your whole life. Why? Like, no offense, there's nothing wrong with that. But why are you trying to give me advice on what I should do as an entrepreneur? If you never went to college, why are you trying to give advice based off what your cousin did, and based off what your uncle did, and based off what your brother happened to your brother, and based off what college you went to, and what your best friend? None of that matters. So take advice from people who actually have a positive track record, who actually have receipts to show that they know what they're talking about. Like, if you wanted to be a barber, don't take advice from a hairstylist. Go ask the barber. Don't take advice from me. I never cut nobody's hair before in my life. Don't ask me. I don't know. I can give you advice, but I'm just talking about from when I get my hair cut, not from the perspective of a barber, right? So it's different. Just don't take too many people's advice. Stay more on your path, on your goals, and everything else will fall in place naturally. The fifth worst mistake that I've made my first year as an entrepreneur is I didn't pay for any courses or mentorships. This was a big deal to me because being so young, especially starting out as an entrepreneur, even if you fast forward to when I really seriously started at the age of 18, when you're young like that, or even if you're just a young entrepreneur, meaning it's your first year as an entrepreneur, you're a rookie, right? A lot of times we think we know it all. We think because we're watching all these videos, because we read and everything, because we just think we know it all. Not understanding that you can pay, even if it's expensive, not expensive, whatever it is, 9 times out of 10, if someone is selling a course and they have receipts to back up their success, if they have the watches, the lifestyle, the jewelry, the money, the clothes, they have everything to match up, the receipts, the actual revenue to back up what they're saying, paying for their course might not be bad. Yeah, they might say some stuff that you might already know, but a lot of the things they're going to tell you, especially if you pay someone for a course, they're going to save you a lot of mistakes that you would make being a beginner. So recently I started selling on Amazon, seriously. I had dibbled and dabbled in it a little bit, but I started selling really heavy investment on Amazon, right? Before I did that, I hooked up with somebody who I know is already rich from Amazon. Hey, how much do I have to pay you per month to run my account? I'll buy the products, right? I need you to sort the products, market the products, and just help me with my account. All while you're doing that, I'll be sitting in from the outside, meeting with you once a week, twice a week. I'll be learning the things that I might have done, and without even understanding, without even knowing, I'm going to surpass and bypass so many mistakes that everybody else who started on Amazon is probably going to make. So now I just jump started my Amazon career by a year or two, because you might start, but you might not pay somebody for that same advice, right? So if you start and you don't pay for that advice, I start and I do pay for that advice, I'm paying for his experience. I'm paying for the mistakes to not be made. Mentorship courses are very, very, very important. No matter how much you think you know, there's always more to it. If you think somebody just gets in a truck and drives across country and then picks up $1,000, but you don't know about what truck stops to go to, which ones not to go to, which routes might get your truck robbed. It's little things that you don't even know that you don't know them. You don't even know, like, you get what I'm saying? You don't even know that you don't know something. So pay for the mentorships, pay for the courses, whether it don't even gotta be mine. Pay for somebody's stuff. If you don't believe in me or what I got going on, or you don't think I can teach you anything, fine. Pay for somebody. Somebody, please pay for somebody, please. Please, 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 pretty please with a cherry on top, because it's gonna save you a lot of time, a lot of money. You might make a $20,000 mistake that you would have avoided for $200, guys. Please do not let that go over your head. You might make a $20,000 mistake that you could have avoided for a $200 course. Always remember that. The 6th worst mistake that I made my first year as an entrepreneur was I tried to do everything by myself. And what I mean by that is I tried to be the design team, the editing team, the recording team, the lighting. I tried to do every single thing myself. I tried to package, I tried to order, I tried to design, everything. Clothing line, YouTube, anything it was. I tried to promote. I tried to be the entire big whole company. And that's not as efficient as you might think it is. A lot of people think, oh, I'm keeping all the money though. Yeah, but if you pay the employee $200 a month to just go through your emails, so you don't have to sit here for 3 hours going through emails while your mama calling you, your baby mama on the other line, your child, your son in the other room crying, your new girlfriend tripping on the phone, you gotta use the bathroom, take a shower, you trying to answer emails. So now it's taking you all day. It takes you 3-4 hours out of your day. It's too much. When you could just pay that $200, spend that same 3 hours to do some promotions and make more money, right? So employees are not just employees to do something that you don't feel like doing. Employees are there to do the things that you don't have the time to do because you're focused on more money, right? You're not necessarily keeping all the money if you have no time. If you have no time and you designing, you're promoting, you're advertising, you're the photographer, you're the light man, you're the editing man, you're the mock-up guy, you design your own website. Hey man, you're taking too long. Pay somebody who already knows how to do what you're trying to do, who's better at doing what you're trying to do, and you'll have more time to actually run your business, get more sales, which is all a business is sales. Get more sales, which eventually gets you what? More money. When you were in high school, you didn't learn science, math, English, gym. You had different teachers for different things. Do you know why that was? Because it's too hard for one teacher to teach 6 subjects. So now you want me to learn 6 different lesson plans, teach all 6 of them today, then I gotta go home and grade them, remember this, remember that. No, it's easier to just have one English major who teaches all English 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, and then you switch classes and you go to math class. Then you switch classes, you go to science class. You switch classes and you go to gym. You switch classes and you go. All these things are like this for a reason. The same thing goes for employees. Don't try to be a teacher who's trying to teach the students every single subject there is in high school. You trying to teach PE, English, math, science, home economics. You trying to teach economy. You trying to teach ethics. You trying to teach everything. Whoa, bro. Chill out. An employee does the same thing. An employee will do the same thing as when you pay for a mentor, and that will save you time and mistakes. You might not be that good at designing, bro. You can't make your own logo. I'm sitting there trying. I really convinced myself, like, yeah, I'll make my own logo. It's nothing. I know how to do Photoshop. Yeah, bro, but you haven't been designing logos for 12 years. Pay the guy who's been designing logos for 12 years. Tell him what you want. Pay him $75 and keep going about your day. Even if you only made $75 today, it's better to pay people like that so you can focus on the growth of the company and not be sitting here trying to do employee and the boss role. The 7th biggest mistake that I made my first year as an entrepreneur is I had too many products. This is something that I honestly didn't learn and get through until I want to say my 4th or 5th year as an entrepreneur. I really didn't understand this concept until I was about 21, 22 years old. So my first serious year, I would say maybe 18, because that was the first year I could sign up for my own stuff, own bank account, stuff like that. But even from 15 years old, I was trying to sell too many things. I'm trying to sell 7 clothing products. I was one point, I had a clothing line with literally, guys, I'm not kidding you, I literally had 200 products. I had posters, I had stickers, I had t-shirts, I had hoodies, I had pants, I had shorts, I had jogging suits. You're trying to sell too many products at the same time. Now, unless you're doing content, which even then you have to take that with a grain of salt, but unless you're doing different types of content, like you might like skateboarding in the morning, you might like fashion at nighttime, you might like basketball in the evening time, right? You can make content for all those type of things. But if you're trying to sell an actual product or actual service, don't have too many things on your website. Don't have too many things available to you on Instagram. Don't be trying to promote 17 different things to 17 different audiences all on one account. It's just too much. It's too much. So you have to make sure you have to minimalize your products. If you have a clothing brand, it's better to give someone 2 or 3 products to choose from than a plethora of 75 products. It's the reason why you go to McDonald's, you can really, what can you order? A burger, a sandwich, a chicken sandwich, or some nuggets and some fries. That's it. They don't have 17 different side options. You go to Raising Cane's, they have the same thing. It's just chicken fingers and fries. And why do you see that line? I know y'all know the Raising Cane's line always busting. It's always 7,000 people in the Raising Cane's line because it's simple. I'm not overwhelmed. A customer gets overwhelmed with too many products and then they end up just buying nothing. That happens more times. So a lot of people think because you have more products, you'll make more money and get more customers. Really, you're confusing and you're overwhelming the customer. They walk in here, it's like you ever see a kid at a candy store, he doesn't know where to start. Do I go to the nerds, the chocolate? I love everything. Oh my God, I can't buy it all, so right? The only person who you will sell to openly with a strategy like that will be like a rich person who can literally just buy everything in the store. But how many people can do that? Customers aren't doing that, right? So you have to simplify your product amount. Like I said, it's better to have 3 or 4 different things. Even if you start a makeup line, have some foundation, some lip gloss, and let that be it. It's foundation, lip gloss, and eyeliner, right? Eyeliner, lipstick, and concealer, or whatever it's called. I don't know. But I'm saying just make sure you only simplify it, especially when you're first starting, and then grow it, right? So if your foundation takes off, if you have a makeup company and your foundation takes off and gets 10,000 sales, now you might be able to add concealer because you got people coming back to your site every day. Well, I love their foundation. Let me just get their concealer too, right? And then when the concealer takes off, then you can add the lipstick. Oh, I love their foundation, and then I got their concealer and I love it. So now I'll go get the lipstick. That's how business works, right? It doesn't really work when you focus on too much at one time. So simplify it, make it simpler on you, make it simpler on the customer, and it's better for everybody, and it's definitely better for your pockets. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I always try to be as transparent as humanly possible and keep it 100% honest with everybody watching. If you did like the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Talk to me in the comments. I'm always replying to everybody who has an open question. I can't answer everything if you're not in the membership, so try to keep it kind of vague, I would say. But definitely let me know what you think of the videos in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button if you want more daily videos. I will be posting every single day in the month of November, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I appreciate everybody for watching, everybody for liking, everybody for your support, and I wish you the best in your entrepreneurship journey. This is again part 1 of this video. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and stay tuned for the other parts of all my videos, all the series on my channel that are going on right now. I got the rules of money, the rules of entrepreneurship, the mistakes that I made in entrepreneurship, credit, stocks. I have a lot of things going in different series on the channel. So just make sure you guys stay tuned. And even if you don't want to focus on one thing, or if you only want to focus on one thing, just take in all of the content. It's always something that you can learn, and I guarantee you in every single video, no matter how much of a professional entrepreneur you are, no matter how successful, every video I can teach you something that might make you your next $1 million, okay? My name is Mula of the Mula membership, and I'll see you guys later in my next video.